Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. Today we are going to do Animal Yoga Wednesday. First, we'll start to focus on our breathing, like we always do. So filling up through our inhales, releasing through our exhales. You can put your hand on your belly if that helps you. Today we are going to go through 3 different poses. It's going to be butterfly pose, child's pose, and lion's breath. So let's take this onto our mat. If you don't have a mat, just find a comfortable place with a little bit of cushion, whether it's towels or a carpeted floor. We're going to come to a seated position, bringing the soles of our feet together in front of us. So if it feels good for you, you can bring your feet as close to your body as you can get it, or if it feels good, you can leave them as far as you'd like. So for me, I'm somewhere right in the middle. So feet are planted here. We're going to allow our legs to open up and try to drop our knees to the floor. So on an inhale, we will look up and lengthen. An exhale, we're going to fold forward. You can let yourself relax here and sink in. We're going to take a few deep breaths here to really let the tension drip out of our spine. Focusing on your inhales and your exhales. Two more big deep breaths here. Good. Inhale, come back up through seated. We're going to start to move into child's pose and lion's breath. These poses we're going to flow through interchangeably. So what you'll need to do for this pose is to come through a seated position, this time on your shins and your knees. We're going to let our knees splay out to the edges of our mat or just wide enough to be more than shoulder width distance. Again, focusing on our breath, we'll take an inhale, raise our arms up, looking up at the ceiling or at the sky, and exhale, folding forward, keeping our arms still lengthened out in front of us. You can bring your big toes to touch in back of you and let your forehead rest on the ground. Really let your fingertips stretch you out in front of you. You're going to feel this stretch in your lateral muscles and maybe even in your back. Breathe deeply into this pose. We're going to move into lion's breath now. As we inhale, we're going to crawl ourselves forward and let our belly dunk towards the ground. On our exhale, we're going to open our mouth and our eyes and say, just like a lion would do. We're going to exhale and sink back into a child's pose. Again, really feeling this stretch in your lateral muscles, in your arms, maybe your back. Allow yourself to release some tension here. Inhale, crawl yourself forward again, dunking your belly. You can get really fun with this. You can be as loud as you wish, as funny as you wish, whatever you think a lion would do. You can do that in your lion's breath. Inhale, crawl forward, and exhale, lion's breath. Exhale, come back through to child's pose. Take one more deep breath here. And exhale, release all that tension. You can come back to a seated position. So these poses are great because they wake up our hips, our spine, and our breathing for the day. It's really fun to do the lion's breath part of it. It really releases some anxiety, stress, any tension that you have. If you've ever seen a lion stretch in the morning, it does look similar to what this looks like. Also, a reminder that today is Earth Day. So try to think of 3 things that you can do to appreciate the earth today. Maybe even make a meal with food grown from the earth, or get outside and do a fun activity. Do what you can today to feel the earth and make today a wonderful Earth Day. Thank you so much for following along with us today. I hope you have a great Wednesday.